Hey everyone, thanks for joining Learn to Play Games. My name is Lance, and in today's video we'll be playing through Wolfenstein the board game. This is my second playthrough video, so if you're interested in checking out the first one, I'll have a link up in the top corner. So with this one, I wanted to show you the 3D terrain, as this is a really interesting feature to this. I don't know how many people picked this up, but it's really cool, and it definitely adds additional layer to the game itself. And this would look absolutely beautiful if I had a chance to paint this all up. So other than that, moving into this particular mission, I wanted to show you a different mission than the one I've already done. Now, I also will have a full playthrough or teaching video for this that I'm slowly working on now. I'm almost done with it. I have all the filming done. I'm just going back in and adding some additional effects and things like that. So that one will be coming very shortly as well. So I know that a few of you have been waiting for that. I do appreciate the patience, and it is coming very shortly. So that one will be out shortly, probably either might be done before I put this one up or shortly after this one. So either way, if it is done beforehand, I'll have a link in the description below and at the end of this video for those of you that are interested in that. So moving into this one, again, let me know in the comments down below if you want to see anything else around this game. Also, let me know if I do anything wrong. I love hearing from you and hearing the different questions and things like that. So let me know if you catch anything or if you have any particular questions on this one. The rulebook is a little rough on some spots, and they do have a great Board Game Geek FAQ up right now where you can ask some questions as well. So if you have anything that you're doubting, you can also drop it there, and the designer has been amazing about answering those questions. So with this one moving into this particular scenario, this is split up. And the goal with this one, or the backstory to this one, is before you stands a reinforced door. You really don't have time to try and blow your way through it. Not only that, but you'd also have Nazis coming at you from every angle if you did. So looking at the door, you realize that it can only be opened by pulling some levers simultaneously. So you'll need to split up and find the levers to open this thing. So our goals with this one are that we cannot lose any heroes, and we must complete at least one mission marked as an event token. So we have to complete one of the event tokens, one of the side missions for that, and then have all 4 heroes simultaneously on 4 mission objective tiles. So we have to get them to each one of the different tiles that are in there all at the same time. Now, this one is going to have a hazard limit of 6 to trigger the alarm, and we have to get this done in 14 rounds. Now, the important thing with this one is there are no spawn points, so we won't have new enemies coming at us. When the alarm sounds, should the hazard tracker reach its limits, the alarm is raised. All heroes, except for Max, because he doesn't have any, will choose one weapon that they own and discard the rest. This includes equipment attached to that weapon. Distribute loot from enemies killed prior to the alarm being triggered for the sake of discarding cards. So that is our goal. So the trick with this one is to try to not hopefully trigger that alarm, but there's a lot of enemies out there that we're going to have to work through. So unless I get some really good silent executions or some of the other weapons that I can potentially get, or get a silencer on some things, that is going to be tricky. Now with this one, obviously we're going to have to split up and make it to these different objective points. So we're going to have to decide how we're going to do this as a team. And the rulebook does not specify that objective tokens have to be all by themselves so that you have to eliminate all the enemies. So I'm not sure how I'm going to play that particularly. I'm going to try to hopefully eliminate most of these enemies. So we'll see how this thing goes. The other big key with this one is going to be Klaus, as he has his ability that he's a weapons expert, and so that is going to be a big part of this, is being able to hopefully take advantage of that and get him some really good weapons that we can potentially use, because we have some nasty enemies that we're going to be going up against. Not only the officers, which are a royal pain in the butt, but we also have some super soldiers that are heavily armored, and we also have the Panzer Hounds. So some definitely massive enemies we're going to have to deal with as we get into the later stages of this game. And we have to do it separated. I mean, if we go into one room, we might not have enough time to make it into each room and clear it. So I'm going to have to decide how I'm going to break our heroes up. So with that out of the way, the last thing that I have to do is give each one of my heroes an additional equipment card at random to draw. So we'll go ahead and start here with some sound grenades for Max. Next, we have the Commander's Diary for Anya, and a golden sword. So this one lets me draw a weapon card or choose an ammo type to gain discard after use. So that's actually pretty good. That might get him a better weapon. And then we have some steroids for BJ here. All right, so moving into the game, I have to choose which one of my heroes I want to start with, and I think my goal for this first room is to get my heroes in here and get that door opened up so the enemies can see me, and then kind of get off to the side so that they have to move to us. As there is a Space Marine there, he has a very nasty weapon that I really don't like to get shot by, and so I want him to move up, or force him to move up and not be able to attack this first round, and then hopefully get in there and take him out before he has an opportunity to attack later on. The other big thing is getting these guys to move as well. So I might want to take one shot on the drone to generate some noise in this corridor to get our other soldiers to move into this area as well, to be able to take care of them, as they also have a nasty ability that they will raise the hazard tracker if they have line of sight at the beginning of their turn to a hero. So that might be a good way of kind of getting some of them out of there as well. So all plans are great until they see the first shot of a battle. So let's get into this and see how things go. So moving into it, I'm going to go ahead and I think I will start with, I'm going to go ahead and start with Blaskowitz first. So his first thing is to move onto the objective, or the spawn point, and then he has 6 action points to spend. So I think I'm going to go ahead and move 1, 2, I'm adjacent to the chest, so I'm going to go ahead and spend another action for the chest to draw a chest card. So I have a wooden chest. I gain an ammo token of your choice. So I'm going to go ahead and gain another special. And then that'll be discarded. And that was my third action, so 4, 5 to open the door. And then 6, I'm just going to move into this adjacent space. All right, so then clockwise, it's going to go to Max. He's going to get 6 action points to spend as well. So with Max, I'm going to go 1, 2, and then I'll interact with that objective or event marker. So I'm going to draw an event card, and I have Prisoner Exchange. So without thinking, you catch and restrain a German soldier from a passing patrol. Unfortunately, a moment later, you realize that the enemies have done the same with one of your companions. All right, so it looks like we're going to have a choice. So Nazi scum don't get to survive. You kill the hostage. The hero closest to your character is wounded and bleeding out. If 2 or more heroes are in the same distance, you choose one of them, spawn 1 Soldat and 1 Space Marine. Or, easy guys, you release the captive and recover your companion. Advance the hazard tracker by 1 point, spawn 1 Soldat, 1 Space Marine, and 1 drone. Man, I am just starting out great. So we're going to have additional enemies in this room with us no matter what. Oh, so do I want to have a drone in there or not? Well, I guess I will go with the easy guys. That way then at least my guys aren't going to take wounds initially. So now I'm going to have to spawn additional models in there. So I'm going to go ahead and take a few minutes off camera as I don't have any out at the moment. I'm going to have to pull those out and get those ready for this. All right, so now that I have my enemies, I'm going to go ahead and place them in the spawn point. So they're going to, without there being actual spawn points, they're going to spawn on the event space or adjacent to it as best they can. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Soldat here, put the Space Marine there, and then the drone I'll put on there. All right, and then I got their cards. All right, so with Max, he moved 1, 2, and 3. So he's got 3 points of, or action points remaining. So we might as well do an attack action. And I'm going to go ahead and try to start working on that Space Marine because, again, they're the nastiest out there, so I don't want them to attack if that's a possibility. So he's going to get 5 dice as he's using his fists, so he can never have weapons, but his bare fist will give him 5 dice, and those are going to cost him 2 action points to use. So let's see how this goes here. All right, so he got 3 shields and a reload. So the reloads for Max don't count because he doesn't have to reload his fists. So then he's going to do 3 damage to the enemy's shields. The enemy has 4 shields and 2 health. So that wasn't a bad start. And then I'm going to take a fatigue token on Max and attack again. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the Space Marine a second time here and see if I can hopefully finish him off here. All right, so I got 2 more shields and a health damage and that reload token. So his last shield would go down, and then he would take an additional health damage from the attack and from the die, or from the shield and the die, so that will defeat him. So when he is defeated, I'll get the rewards for that, and those are going to be 2 glory points. So Max is starting off early with glory. That's going to get me 1 ammo, so anytime Max gains ammo, he has his ammo belt, so he will not gain it, but every other hero is going to gain an ammo of their choice. So I'm going to go ahead and take a special with Blaskowitz. I'll take a heavy with Klaus, and I'm going to go ahead and take a heavy with Anya. And then he gets a weapon card, so he draws a weapon, and it is an SMG. So he cannot use weapons, so he's going to have to try to give that away. And then he is going to raise the hazard tracker by 1, as we did have that in there. And we are going to have some noise in there, of course, as well. So then that enemy has been defeated, and I'll remove his token. All right, so that is it for Max. So we're on to Anya to go next. And so she's going to go ahead and start there as her first. She has 8 action points. Next, she is going to go ahead and, let's see, she'll move up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So technically she could just move up 1. And then she's going to go ahead and take a shot on that drone. So with the Stugewehr, that is going to give her 1 die, and then she gets 2 more for her accuracy. So hopefully she'll be able to pull this off here. And move the hazard tracker back 1 point, discard this card after use. So that's going to be very handy. All right, now the question is, before attacking, should I pop the armor piercing? I think I'm going to. That way then I can hopefully take this guy out. Then all I'll need is 1 success out of here, whether it's a shield or a health. So let's go ahead and give that a try and see what happens. And I got a health and a thing, so I would have gotten him either way, but that's all right. That'll at least eliminate him. So I'll go ahead and pull his card out. He's going to give her 1 glory, and he'll also give her an ammo token, so she's just going to take that heavy right back there. It's going to raise the hazard tracker again, so now it's a 2. And that will finish him off, but that's also going to generate noise in that room, which was my goal, so that these guys would move. And then she's going to go ahead and move. That was her first action to move there, and then the gun requires 2 more, so she's got 5 action points remaining. And she'll go ahead and move back 1. He's got a range of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pull his card real quick just to see how that's going to work here. Yeah, he's got a range of 7, and it's 3 action points, so he'd be able to move 3 spaces. So I think he would be technically in range. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, he could probably see her. So I was thinking about popping that, but I think I'm just going to need to move over 1 more and get out of his line of sight so that I can avoid that, and then I'll pop this at a later point. I think I'm going to hold out there. I don't really want to take fatigue with all my players, so I think she's going to stop there, and we're over to Klaus to take his turn. So he's going to go ahead and move out, and he gets 6 action points as well. So you're going to go 1, 2, and he might as well move over into the corner for 3. And then he's going to attack that soldat there. And he's also going to receive 3 dice. 1 for the one for the weapon and 2 for his accuracy. Now he does have War Veteran, so his effect is always in play. When Klaus makes an attack, you may re-roll a single reload result, so that's good. All right. Come on, Klaus. I got 1 armor and 1 armor only. All right, so that's going to put an armor hit on him. And I think I will take a fatigue with him and see if I can do a little bit better this second time. So let's go ahead and grab a fresh set of dice here and take 1 more shot on him. Need to do a little bit better this time. Getting a HP hit would be fantastic. Armor and an armor. So I've got all his armor down, but he's still alive, unfortunately. So that is all I can do with that. And let's see, he moved 1, 2, 3. His first attack was 2, so that was 1 point left. He took fatigue, which gets him 3 more, so he has 4. But he spent 2 of those for that second attack, so he only has 2 action points left. The sword is too much, and that will end his turn. All right, unfortunately, that moves it into the enemy turn. So our enemies are going to activate. We'll have these 2 activates, the Space Marine and those 2, and they're going to do some damage. So first off, with the Soldats, again, their ability that I was trying to avoid, at the beginning of the Nazi activation phase, move the hazard tracker forward 1 point if at least 1 hero is in this model's line of sight, which it is. So now we are at hazard level 3. From there, then he's going to go ahead and attack, and he's got plenty of choices, so I think I'll take it with Klaus. So with that, he's going to roll 3 dice, and it's going to require 2 action points. And he does a little bit better with 2 damage on Klaus, so Klaus is going to lose his armor, and he's going to take 1 damage for that. And that will finish off his turn, and he's not going to move at this point because he is as close as he can be to his target. So that will finish off his turn. Actually, I should have activated the drone first as it had a higher initiative. So let me go ahead and handle that real quick. So he's going to attack. I'm going to go ahead and take it on Blaskowitz. Yeah, I think do I take it with Blaskowitz or Max? Maybe I'll take it with Max. All right, so with that, the drone doesn't roll dice. It simply is going to do, it has its quick counterattack. So it inflicts 2 damage on target hero. So Max is going to take 1 on his shield first, and then the other 1 will go to his health. And then next, it has quick counterattack. So after the drone's first attack each round, roll a die. On a success, the drone attacks a second time. So it's a 1 die roll. And it is successful, so Max is going to take 2 more. So Max is at 3 damage already. All right, that's not good. Okay, so next, the Space Marine's going to move up. 1, 2, 3. And I don't think I have line of sight. So I think the Space Marine is going to have to move up his full movement and not be able to attack this turn. And then the Soldats are going to move. So the first guy that I knocked out of the way is going to go ahead and go 1, 2, and 3. And I think he is going to be able to shoot. So let me bring these 2 out here as well. So he has 2 action points. He has a range of 4, so he does have line of sight to Max now. And he is going to roll 3 dice, but as soon as he's in line of sight, he is going to reduce that number of dice by 1 for each space beyond the first, which actually technically, I think back here, he can draw a line of sight back here. So he is 1, 2, 3 spaces away, so he's only going to roll 1 die against Max. And he hits. The enemies are definitely not stormtroopers. These guys are hitting. All right, so then after he attacks, that was 2 action points, and he moved 1, 2, so he's got 2 action points left, so he's going to go ahead and move in there. And this guy will go 1, 2, 3, and he's going to block line of sight, so 4, 5, and 6. All right. Now, the other thing I want to point out is that officers and the super soldiers do not respond to noise. They have to be either have physical line of sight to their target, or they have to have been attacked for them to activate. They're not going to investigate noise, so they're going to stay right where they're at. All right, that is the end of that. And then we move into cleanup, so we remove any tokens or anything that we need to, any of the dead enemies, which we already took care of. So at this point, I'll move into round 2. So I'll move that up. Again, I have to choose which character I want to activate with first. And I think I will go with Klaus first this time. So because he has fatigue, he is only going to get 3 action points this time. And so the question is, do I just go ahead and try to finish off the one soldat and call it good? I think that will be the case. So let's go ahead and go with that. I just need 1 success. I got 2 reloads and a blank, so I get to reroll 1 of those because of his war veteran status. And it's a blank again. Oh no. I could do the quick reload, lets me reroll 2, but if I miss with that, then I'm not going to have any ammo for this gun anymore. But I think I'm going to need to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and spend that for the quick reload. This lets me reroll a reload result up to 2 attack dice. You can use this ability after performing the attack, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I only have 1 die to reload, or with that symbol. And it's a hit. Oh, that was critical right there. All right, so 13 is down. That'll finish him off. And I'm going to receive 1 glory for that. And an ammo, so I'm going to take that one back, as I definitely need that, and an equipment card. So I pick up a gold bus. So this hero gains a glory point, discard this card after use. And that's 2 action points to use. So I won't be able to use that this turn, as I only have 1 action point remaining. This guy has been eliminated, and our hazard tracker is up to 4. So I might be able to, I might sound the alarm before we even get out of this room if I'm not careful. Oh, geez. Well, I guess I won't have to discard weapon cards, as we each only have 1 right now. All right, that was the end of his turn. So at the end of his turn, he is going to discard the fatigue token. And there's not much else he can do at the moment, so it's over to Blaskowitz to go. So, Blaskowitz is going to go ahead and use his hatchet for a silent attack, and I'm going to go after the soldat that's there. This hero performs a silent execution. He's going to roll 6 dice, and we'll see what happens with that. I just need 1 health one to come up, or 1 HP hit to come up to take out that guy. So let's see what happens here. All right, I did not get that, but I got 4 shields, which also I think will take care of him. Yes, as he has 3 defense and 1 health, that will finish him off. And since I did that with a silent execution, that luckily will not raise my hazard tracker for this kill. So this one's going to get me a glory, another ammo token of my choice. So I'm going to take another heavy. And it also gets me an equipment card. So I pick up a hatchet. That is awesome. Very, very useful. All right, so that was 11. He is gone. So I could take a fatigue and attack again and try to finish him off. Actually, I think I will move him over for 1. That way she has line of sight to something. So that was his first actions. And I think I'm going to move him initially here. So I have 4 action points left. So 1, 2, 3. I have 1 action point remaining. I will take the fatigue, I think, and I'm going to attack the super soldier, or the space marine back there. I am going to use the hatchet again, as having 6 dice is definitely useful, and I'll see if I can maybe take care of him as well in this. And not so lucky this time. I got 3 on his shields though, so I'll take it. Not too bad. So he's got 2 health and 1 shield left. All right, so that's gonna finish off his turn. Now, what do the steroids do out of curiosity here? So restore your HP to max Place this card next to your hero card. The next time this hero takes HP damage, place one of the HP tokens on this card instead. When there is one HP token on this card, discard it. Okay, so that's pretty good. That will probably come in handy later on in the game for sure. All right, so that is the end of his turn. I don't have anything else to do at this point, so over to Max to go. So I've got a couple of different enemies to choose from for Max. I have a couple of damage with him, but I don't have anything else I can use at the moment for that. Now, he does have one other ability here, the Max Loves Toys. So once per round, when a hero would give Max an equipment card, Max may discard it. If he does, that hero and Max gain a glory point instead. Okay, so not super helpful at the moment, but not too bad. All right. So I think I'm going to do an exchange real quick, and Max is going to go ahead and give away the sound grenades and the SMG to Klaus, because he's adjacent. So that could be useful. And then I do only generate 3 action points because I have a fatigue token, so then I'm just going to go ahead and attack. And I'm going to go ahead and try my hand at the other soldat there and see if I can take care of him. All right, so we've got an HP hit, so that will finish off that soldat. So that's going to eliminate him. He's going to get another glory point for that. He's going to pick up an ammo, so all the other heroes will gain 1 instead. So Blaskowitz is up to 5 over there. Got 1 there, and I'm going to take another standard 1 there. That's going to raise the hazard tracker to 5. Oh, man. All right. That will finish off him. And then it is over to Anya to go. So she has got 8 action points. So the question now goes, do I try to finish off the Space Marine, or do I try to go after him? I think at this point the Space Marine is more critical, so I'm going to go ahead and move 1, 2, and go there, and then I will go ahead and shoot him. I am going to use the armor-piercing rounds. So even though he only has 1 armor left, this will hopefully help out, as I only get 3 dice with her. So, and we've got a blank, a reload, and an armor. So it does 1 damage onto his HP, which unfortunately will not be enough to take him out. And the reload token, meaning that I cannot use this weapon again this turn. I'd have to spend a fatigue to be able to reload this turn. So what else we got here? So she has her nurse abilities. She can repair. So I think I'll do that, and that'll heal a hero by 2. So Max has only got 2 damage now. And she attacked. It was 2. She moved 1, 2, so that's 4. And she's going to go ahead and spend the Commander's Diary. This lets her move the hazard tracker down by 1, so that'll bring it to 4. All right. Yeah, and there's no point in taking, I don't think it's worth taking a fatigue at this point for that. All right, so then it's back into the enemy's turn. So now we're down to just the 2 enemies. The drone will go first, as he is much faster than the Space Marine. He's going to go ahead and target Max again. So Max is simply going to take 2 damage right off the bat for that. And then the drone's going to roll a die. If he gets a hit, then Max is going to be down. And he misses, so no second shot on that one. And then next we're going to have the Space Marine. He's going to go after Blaskowitz there. And Space Marine is going to be rolling 4 dice. He is nasty. And we've got 3 hits. Oh, man. So he's going to do 1 armor and 2 damage. Okay. So my heroes are getting bounded pretty bad here. All right. So that is going to be round 3 for the cleanup phase. Still don't have any tokens or anything to remove. So I think at this point we're going to take a couple turns off camera, and we'll be back to see how our heroes are doing a little bit later in the game. All right, so we're back after a few rounds. Our heroes have made a little bit of headway. I had a couple of lucky rolls trying to clear up the rest of these enemies with Klaus, as he had an SMG, which allowed him to split his fire, so I was able to take out that drone and the rest of the Space Marine in one shot, which was very, very helpful for my heroes. So from here, we're ready to start moving into, and I think I'm going to breach that first room there with the super soldier and the officer. And then I have BJ Blaskowitz down here, making my way over here. I have one more event. I did complete that event as it gave me the choice, and either one of the choices was going to complete it. So I have completed one, so I don't have to take this one, but I can choose to do so, and we might be able to get something that'll help us, hopefully. Or it could be some more enemies. Who knows? All right, so moving back into this one, this is the top of round 5. And I think I'm going to go ahead and go with Max to start us off. So Max is going to go ahead and pop that door open. And that is going to reveal the enemies. All right, so that was his first action. He's got 5 left. I'm going to go ahead and move in here for 4, 3, and up here for 2. It gives him some clearance there. He has 2 action points remaining, and I need those to hit. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the card for that guy, and this guy is number 27. So let me pull his card out real quick. So this is a super soldat, and he has got some nasty equipment. He's got 5 health and 7 armor. Now he does have a couple of abilities here. He has great armor, so as long as the super soldat has armor, all damage dealt to it must target the armor first. So that is not good. So I've got some major damage to do here. All right, so with Max, I'm going to go ahead and use his last 2 action points to attack, and he's got a lot of damage on him already. So I think I do have 4 glory already that I could trigger his ability, which is Max Hate. So only usable if Max has lost HP, which he has. When Max is attacking, I gain a fatigue token, which is the cost, to add an extra die for every HP and armor hit rolled. So if I can roll well, I could potentially just beat this super soldat to a pulp right off the bat. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a try and see if I get lucky with this. Now, like I said, it is going to give me a fatigue token, so I'll add that right away, so I don't forget about that. And then I'm going to go ahead and spend my glory to go ahead and try this attack out. So I'm going to get 5 dice, and if I can get a lot of hits on these, then I'll get more dice for those, and that'll keep going until I stop rolling well here. So come on, Max, let's get those fists of fury going. And I got 2 armor hits, so it means I'm going to get 2 more dice out of that. So let's roll these, and maybe he gets a couple more. And I got 1 more, so that'll get me another die. Come on, Max. There's another one. And another. It's a reload. Okay, so he got 4 out of it. Not super good, but at least I got 4 on him. All right, so he's down to 3 armor left. And that is it for Max's turn. So Max is done. We're on to Anya to go. So she already has a fatigue token on her, so she's going to only get 4 action points this time. She has a lot of range with this. So I might as well go ahead and take a shot with her. So I'm going to get 3 dice for her. I can target the super soldat from her range, so let's see if she can do something here. So she got 2 more armor hits on him, so that'll put him up to 6 on his armor. He's only got 1 more armor point left. And then with Klaus, because I don't think, well, I could move her up 1. So let me go ahead and do that. I could move her up 2, but I think I'm good there. All right, I do have to put a noise token in there for making those attacks and having the enemies in there. Not that it's going to matter too much. And then over to Klaus to go. So Klaus needs 3 action points for that. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to go ahead and move there. And I'm going to go ahead and use the SMG. So this is going to allow me to roll 5 dice. As I get 3 for the weapon and 2 for his ability. And then, let's see. I don't think there's any point allocating to different targets. Aim shots increases weapons range by 2. That's not going to help me for this. And Deadeye I cannot use because all the enemies left are officers, mechs, and mechs. So that's not going to do me any good either. So yep, it's just going to be a straight up attack here. All right. So Klaus, let's see what we got here. So we've got 3 more armor hits on him. And so that'll finish off his armor and add 2 health onto him. So he's only got 3 hit points left. So hopefully next round I'll be able to take him out here. All right. Or geez, I could take a fatigue and try to attack him again. That might be worth it at this point. I'd have to get 3 more successes to pull it off. Yeah, I think it is worth it. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right. Do I take these or do I take some fresh ones? Let's take some fresh ones. Yes, I am a little superstitious with my dice. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. I need 3 successes to pull this off. Come on, Klaus. I know you can do it. And 3 it is. He is gone, and I will spend 1 glory and use his former Nazi ability. So this negates 1 movement at the hazard tracker. I can use this skill only after killing a Nazi. So that will not raise the tracker for defeating that guy. So that's very useful. And that will bring down the super soldat. All right, so that's going to get me 3 more glory points. And then I get 2 ammo of my choice. I'm going to take 2 heavies this time. I think. Yeah. All right. And then I get another weapon card. So Klaus has got the weapons. So he's got a machine pistol now. All right. So I'll have to figure out what I want to start keeping and stuff or building towards. And I get an equipment card. So this is a wine barrel. Choose 1 effect. Your hero gains 6 action points or move an enemy model into the same room / corridor as your hero up to 2 squares. Okay. And then all other heroes are going to gain 1 glory point for that. So Max will get 1 and Anya will get 1. All right. So then he has been eliminated. And now all I have is the officer in there. That is definitely very helpful. Officer is nasty, but not as nasty as the super soldat. All right, so that finishes off his turn. So then we're over to Blaskowitz to go. So let's go ahead and go 1, 2. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the event. See what we get here. All right, so we have a mysterious canister or capsule. The room around you contains a number of capsule chambers. Encased in them are soldiers. One lies motionless within the only open capsule. So this gives me a choice. Must die, you Nazi scum, which will allow you to aim at the head and watch as the soldier draws his last breath. This one will get you a weapon and an equipment card. Very handy. Or, hey, here you go, buddy. You can try to help the soldier roll a die. If you're successful, you spawn 1 soldat, and he joins your team and acts as an additional hero for the rest of the game. Or, on a failure, the dying soldier springs to action and spawns a space marine. My luck has not been with me this game so far, so I'm going to go with the just killing him and gaining a armor or a weapon and an equipment card. Just out of curiosity, let's go ahead and roll that die and see what happened. If I chose poorly, I did, so he would have helped out. But it was just a soldat, so they're not the the best. Anyways, I get a new weapon card and an equipment card. So the weapon card I got is the MG60, and it uses specials. So I already have plenty of those, so that could be very handy. And then I get an equipment card, which is a gold nugget. So I get to draw 2 equipment cards, discard this card after use. And it's 4 points to do so. All right, so that was 1 and 2. Then I'll move up 3, open the door for 4, and move 2 for 6. All right, so that finishes off Blaskowitz's turn. All right, so we're into the enemy's turn. The only enemy that is active right now is the officer there. And so he is going to go ahead and attack. He's going to attack the hero closest, which is Max, unfortunately. So with these guys, they have a handgun. They have a range of 4. They're going to roll 4 dice. So unless he rolls completely terrible here, if he botches the entire roll, the Max will live. If not, then he's going to take a hit, or he's going to go down. And he got 1 success. So it was enough to drop Max. So Max will go down. And that means he's going to be bleeding out. So our heroes are going to have to get up there and help him out there. And that is going to be the end of the officer's turn. He's going to move towards the closest hero. So he's going to go ahead and drop in right there. All right, that is it for that. There's only 1 hero back here, so I can remove the noise token from back there. And I don't have anything else to do at the moment. So that is the end of the round. So we're into round 6. And I've been able to keep my hazard tracker at 4, which has been very critical. Anya's ability for that has been very useful. So let's see here. All right, so with Klaus, I am going to go ahead and I get 3 action points. So I'm going to move up for 1. I'm going to go ahead and bring Max back with my healing token, and it would cause me to gain a fatigue as well, but since I already have 1, then I do not gain a second one. And now Max is back up at full health and armor. All right, and then I'm also going to go ahead and spend a token for, I'm going to go ahead and equip the assault rifle real quick, and spend a token on its ability Endurance 1, so I remove its fatigue token from your hero. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And that will be, I have 1 action point left, so I'm going to go ahead and move 1 space here. All right, so that is his turn. So then we're over to Blaskowitz to go. So the question is, I'm just going to go ahead and move up next to this door because I'm going to need to pop that door and then drop that grenade in there. I think that would probably be my best bet for now. Let's see what other things I have here. So the MG60 would be interesting to potentially use. With mechs, I only roll 1 die for the attack instead of the normal 4, but I also get my accuracy. If I can roll health, then he is dropped automatically. Well, I have to spend the overcharge. Wait, no. Yeah. So it's a riskier kind of attack. It lets me use any ammo otherwise with the other stuff. All right, so I think I'm going to hold out there. I have 4 points left, so I might as well go ahead and spend the golden nuggets. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Lets me draw 2 equipment cards after discarding this one. So I've got Castle Plans and Armor Elements. So Castle Plans, this card can be attached to a hero card at any point before the alarm is raised. When the alarm is raised, the player who uses this card can freely move Nazi spawn point tokens. So that is completely useless to me as there are no spawn points. And I do have Armor Elements. Place this card on your hero card at any point when you are about to take damage. You may discard this card and negate 1 hit. So I'll go ahead and equip that right away. And I guess I'll hold on to the Castle Plans. Maybe I can get it to max or something at some point to get some more stuff for that. But that is pretty much all I can do for the moment. I could pop the steroids and get all my health back. That might not be a bad choice at this point, especially bearing down with those guys in there. This card next to your hero. The next time this hero takes HP damage, place 1 HP token on this card instead. So yeah, go ahead and do that, as that's a free thing. All right, so that is good. And that is into his turn, so we're over to Max to go. So Max is only going to get 3 action points. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack the officer there and see if I can do a little bit of damage to him. And see, now officers have a special ability. They are intimidating. They have intimidating presence. So each hero attacking an officer must reroll all armor and HP results. All their dice results are not rerolled. Rerolled dice may not be rerolled again. So officers are a pain in the butt. All right, so I only got 2 successes, so I have to re-roll these. So I'm just going to roll these 2 dice here. And I got an HP hit, so he's going to take a health damage. All right. So not terrible way to start. All right, and then I'll go ahead and remove that token. Over to Anya to go, so she can go ahead and target him. I'm going to go ahead and spend one of her tokens so that she has the armor piercing. So armor hits are treated as HP hits. So that could be useful. No, I think I'm going to hold out because he has his healing abilities too, so he's probably going to heal up some of that stuff. So I've got one success anyways, and it's a hit, so he's going to lose 1 armor point for that. So my heroes are having a rough time taking care of the officer. All right, so that is the end of her turn. She is going to drop her fatigue. And then she could move a couple spaces. Yeah, she's going to go ahead and move up in there. Why not? All right, that is the end of her turn. That is the end of the hero's turn. So back over to the officer to go. Again, he's the only one attacking, so he's going to go ahead and attack. I'm going to attack the hero of my choice. I'm going to go after Anya to go. Take the hit. So, and he misses completely. That is crazy. Otherwise, he restores his HP by 1 for each successful armor or HP hit. So if he would have gotten anything, he would have healed 1. He did not. I am very grateful for that. And so that will finish off his turn. He's the only enemy to activate, so we're in the cleanup phase. There's nothing that we have to handle there. So back into round 7 to go. All right, so let's go ahead and move into, I guess I'll go with them first. And so Max is going to go first. I'm going to keep trying to work on him. So 5 more dice. Max still having a rough time. Only 1 success. So I have to re-roll that. And it's a miss. And I'm going to go and take a fatigue token and try it again. Because I need to do a little bit of damage on this guy. All right. Let's try it again. And it's another miss. Well, these dice just hate me. Okay, so Max is done. Anya's up next. She's going to go ahead and attack. And 3 successes. Unfortunately, those have to be re-rolled. That would have been great. And so now we've got 2 more successes this time. 1 on his armor and 1 on his health. So I guess that's a fair trade. I will take that. And that will finish off her turn, unless she wants to take a fatigue token. I think I'm going to pass. So then it's over to Klaus to go next, as he's got all of the glory. He could use that former Nazi ability to not move the hazard tracker, which has been very useful. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and use the assault rifle. That's going to let me roll 4 dice. And we'll see what happens here. That's cracked, so we'll roll that again. So 2 hits. Got to re-roll those results. And it's a ammo token, which I get to re-roll because of the war veteran. And it's an armor hit. So that is 3 damage on his armor and 2 on his health. I will take a fatigue token and try this again. And I will also spend an ammo token to remove the fatigue token. I believe it would only it would be fair to only say I could do that once per turn. So I'm only going to do that once per turn. Otherwise, I could continue chaining attacks together, which I think would be quite unfair. But let's see if I can bring down this officer here. And we've got 3 hits. So let's see if I can pull this off here. And another HP hit. Unfortunately, that only brings me to 3. And that is not going to be enough to finish him off. All right. And I could move. I had 9 points, and I had to attack twice. That's worth, so I have 5 points left. I am going to go ahead and use the golden sword that lets me draw a weapon or choose an ammo to gain. So I'm going to go ahead and gain an ammo instead and take another heavy. All right, I think that will be it for now for Klaus, and over to Blaskowitz to go. Okay. Blaskowitz, I could drop the Tesla grenade in there, but it's only round 7. I'm doing pretty decent. I might just hold off and wait for some help. I think that might be the best option there. So I'm going to go ahead and pass on Blaskowitz's turn for the moment, and we're going to go back to the enemy phase. So our our officer will attack again. I'm going to go on Anya again, she was lucky last time. Maybe she'll get lucky again this time. Come on. Not as lucky. 2 damage, so he's going to heal 2 health, unfortunately, and then she's going to take 2 damage on her shields. All right. So that will finish off the officer's turn, and he is right next to her, so he's not going to move anymore. So we've had a blast of a turn here. All right, so into round 8. So I think at this point I'm going to take a few more turns off camera, and we'll be back to see how our heroes are doing towards the end of the game. All right, so after a couple more rounds, our heroes are back and making some headway here. So we're closing in on the end of the game. Hopefully we'll be able to pull it off here. All right, so moving back into my hero's turn at the top of 8, I'm going to go ahead and go with Max first. I'm going to start off by opening the door as his first action point, second, third, and fourth. And then I have 2 action points left, so I'm going to go ahead and attack the Panzerhound there. So I'm going to get 5 and hopefully be able to do some damage here. Let's find out. And I got 3 successes on him, so 3 damage on there. And that will, I think I'm going to hold off on doing anything there. And then Anya's going to go next. I think I'm going to keep working on the officer there, trying to work on his stuff. So 3 more shots on him. 1 success. I have to re-roll it. And it stays. So he takes another armor damage. So he's up to 2 now. Slowly whittling him down. And on to, do I want to do anything else with her? No, I think I'm going to hold off for now. So over to Klaus to go next. I am going to go ahead and spend the wine barrel. This one has 4 action points, but I can choose 1 effect. The hero can gain 6 action points, so basically I gain 2 out of this. Well, no, actually I'm going to hold off on that just yet. Let's not do that right away. I can move 1, 2, 3, and that gets me into range of that guy there, and I'm going to go ahead and attack. So I think I'll hold on to that just in case I need to get into a different position. So let's see what we got here. I got 2, there's another one, and another one. I did very well there for 4. So that will finish off the rest of his armor. So that is 7, and I might as well take another shot. Why not? So I'm going to go ahead and spend that to cancel out the fatigue. And I'll take another shot with this and see if I can put some more damage on him. That way I can potentially finish him off next round. And Klaus did very well with 4 more successes. So that Panzerhound is almost gone. Only got 3 HP left. All right, that will take care of that. So Klaus is done. Over to Blaskowitz to go. Blaskowitz is bearing down on this super soldat. He's got 3 HP left. Can I finish this off? Hopefully I didn't spend all of my good results over with Klaus, but we'll find out here. So first shot. And there it is. There's 4 hits on the super soldat. So that will take care of him as he only had 3 hit points left. So that will take care of his stuff. So with that, I gain 3 glory points. So I've got a ton of glory points here with Blaskowitz. And Then I get 2 ammo. So I'm going to go ahead and take 2 more specials. That will get me what I need to be able to use my ultimate Tesla attack on that. I get a new weapon, which is an AR marksman. Uses heavy. Okay. And then I also get a equipment card. So I found some dog food. Add 2 attack dice during your attacks this turn. Place a fatigue token on your hero. It's an effect. Discard this card after use. Okay. All right, and then all other heroes are going to gain a glory point for that as well. So that will hopefully help them out. And then I do raise the hazard tracker up to 5, so we're really close. Okay, so that will take care of that. That was 3 action points. I have 3 action points left, so I'm going to move 1, 2, 3 into that room. And I should have dropped a noise token, but like I said, with these guys, it doesn't really matter too much. All right, I don't think I'm going to attack this turn again, so I'm going to hold off there. And that will finish off the round. So the Panzerhound's going to attack. With that, it inflicts 3 damage to the target hero and 1 damage to all models in spaces adjacent to the target hero. So the officer over there is going to take a hit from that. That's pretty good. I'll take that. That's officer number 7. So that is 1 damage to all models. So it's just going to be a damage hit. So it'll do 1 on his armor. And then Max over there is going to take a couple of hits. All right, then the officer is going to attack. He will also attack Max. And 2 hits, 2 more on him. So Max is almost down again. This is not good. And then we have the officer over here who is going to attack. Technically, Blaskowitz is closer at this point, so he'll go ahead and take the hits. And the officer does 3 damage to him. Ouch. So he's almost down again. So that puts him up to 4. He's got 1 health, 1 hit point left on his stuff. All right, that is the end of round 8. So we're into round 9 now. So we'll see what we can do here. All right. So that Panzerhound's almost down. I got 3 hit points left. I could go with Klaus first and use his ability not to raise the hazard tracker again. That could definitely be useful. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first. So I get 4 dice onto the Hound. We'll see what happens here. I got 2 successes on him. So that will put him up to 6. I will take the fatigue to shoot again. And that finishes him off. I will spend the token because I'm going to get it back here in a minute anyways to take that fatigue away. And that will take care of this. And I am going to spend the glory points as well to not raise the noise counter. All right, so with the Panzerhounds, they're going to get you 3 glory points. So Max, or Klaus here, is getting tons of glory. He just doesn't have enough to use it on. Then he gets 2 ammo, so I'm going to go ahead and take 2 of those heavies right back. That has been very helpful. 1 weapon card. He has got an arsenal of weapons. Another SMG. I got so many weapons here, I don't know where to put them all. And 2 equipment cards. So he's got some fruits, so that lets him remove a fatigue token that was gained this turn. Okay. From the hero, AP gains through the use of the fatigue action. This turn is not lost until the end of the turn. So that's pretty good. And Enigma codes. Discard this card when a hero kills an enemy model. The hazard tracker does not move. Okay, so that's pretty good as well. And then all my other heroes gain an ammo token. So I will go ahead and take another one of those with him. She will pick up 1, and then he gains 1, which gives all the other heroes another token. So let's go ahead and give tokens all around here. And I'll just keep gaining specials there. And then they each gain a glory as well. So our other heroes have got some glory points going on there. All right, so those Panzerhounds are definitely worth their weight. Okay, that was it for Klaus for the moment. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and move 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to go and give the codes to Max. All right, so that is Klaus's turn. I don't really have anything else I want to do at the moment. Over to Blaskowitz. So Blaskowitz is going to... That officer's got some damage on him. I'm going to go ahead and attack him. See what we can do here. Okay. So I only got 1 success. So I have to reroll that. And it's still a success, so that is going to be another damage on that officer. I will take a fatigue to go again. I could use the dog food as well. That gives me 2 additional attack dice this turn. And I already have the fatigue, so I will not gain it for that. So I think I will do that to add 2 additional dice. I'm going to get 7 dice on this. Oh my goodness, that was a terrible roll with 1 success and none. Oh my. Blaskowitz, I guess, is not part. Oh, jeez. All right, so his turn is done. Over to Max to go. So Max definitely took a bunch of damage this turn. He is going to go ahead and spend 4 of his glory points to take a fatigue token and do those extra damage, hopefully, on the officer here. So first off, we have to start off with our initial attack. And we got 4 successes. That's really good. And the question is how this all works. So I think I have to resolve the officer first. So I have to re-roll these 4. And I only got 1. And so I get to roll another die. And it's a reload. So and after all of that, I was able to do 1 hit on that officer. Okay, and then over to Anya to go next. She's going to go ahead and take some shots. So 3 dice from Anya onto that officer. He's got 3. So everything's going on his health anyways at this point. So let's see what happens here. So we've got a hit and a reload. And it is a hit, so he's going to take 1 damage. And then she has a reload token on her, so that's not good. All right, so the officers are sticking around for a little while longer. All right, back to their turns. Klaus will take the shot from that officer over there, so 4 dice onto Klaus. As I can't afford Max going down. Officer does not, or those count as blanks, so just 1 damage on Klaus. So he's up to 2 damage. And then on the other officer, he is going to go after Blaskowitz. And he is going to put Blaskowitz down. So he'll heal his 1 health. Blaskowitz will take his next one, and then he's going to go down on the side. All right, that is it for the enemies. So top of 10. All right, back to our heroes to go. So we got to figure out how we want to do this. I need to get Blaskowitz back up, obviously. So I'll go ahead and start off with Anya to go. She's going to spend her first 2 to do the reload. And then she's going to move in for 1. She'll go ahead and get him back up, spending her token, but he also has I Am Death Incarnate, so once per mission, a hero using their shared life token to prevent BJ from bleeding out does not lose their token. So she'll get to keep her token. She'll hold on to it for now. And so that will be, and then she does gain a fatigue, so I have to give her a fatigue token. All right, and then that is pretty much all she can do for this time. Or actually, she's going to use the telegram first. That'll give her a fatigue token before she does the healing, which basically lets her do that for free. And then that'll drop that back down to 4. So that'll work out. All right, so her turn is done. Over to Klaus to go. He's going to keep working on that officer there. 4 dice, trying to attack him. And he got 2, and he gets to reroll this one. All right, so it's a miss, and then the officer makes him reroll. It's 2 hits. All right, so that officer has lost all of his armor at this point. I will take a fatigue and spend a token to remove it on my second, and I got 2 more successes, so go ahead and reroll. And 2 blanks, so no luck with Klaus. Then we're over to Blaskowitz, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a regular attack. I do have one other weapon at this point. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out. I think I'm going to go ahead and use the AR Marksman. So this one, I'm going to go ahead and also use my one-man army. So this is going to cost me 2 points. I can use any ammo on any weapon. So I'm going to go ahead and use the AR. I'm going to go ahead and spend a token to do its endurance, which lets me remove the fatigue. And then I'll attack. So I'm going to get 4 dice instead of the 5. Oh man, that was so good. That's 2 health and 2 armor. There's no way I'm going to roll that again. All right, so both, well, this officer still has 1 armor left, so let's see what happens here. It's pretty good. And it's a reload. So I have a reload token on there, and then I do his armor and 2 more damage on him. So that was pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and switch back out to my laser coiffed and take a fatigue token to attack him 1 more time and try to finish this off. He's only got 2 more health. Yeah, so actually this should be a health damage. So he should have 1 more hit point on him. So he had no armor. So this guy actually should have 1 health damage on him. I thought he had 4 armor and he only has 3. All right. Ho! That was really good. Wish I could do that again. And all right, so he is gone. So that will raise that back up to 5. That is going to finish him off. So I'm going to gain 2 back. I get 1 ammo. So I'm just going to take that special back. So I got nothing else to use those things on. I get another weapon card. So this is the hammer, the machine gun. That's really nice. And I already have the ammo to use it. And an equipment card. And I have a silencer. So attach this to a handgun or a machine pistol. Okay. So I don't have either one of those, so that's not going to necessarily help me. And every other hero gains glory points. All right, so that officer is down. That'll finish off Max's or Blaskowitz's turn. So we're over to Max now. Max has only got 1 hit point left. And he's going to go ahead and attack that officer who has 3 hit points remaining. So he's already got his fatigue token, so he's not going to be able to attack twice this turn. So we'll see what happens here. All right, so that's really good. My heroes have turned it on. Let's see if we can get it 1 more time. I got 4 dice for that. Come on, Max. All right, so 3 more. That will finish that officer off. And I am going to, I can't use that. So it will trigger the hazard tracker. So that is going to sound the alarm. This guy goes down, so let me handle this stuff first before I discard everything. All right, so Max is going to pick up 2 glory tokens. He's going to pick up an ammo, so everybody else gets an ammo. So I'm going to go ahead and give my guy here a special again. Klaus will take a heavy, and then he doesn't get anything. Weapon card. So he's got the laser and an equipment card, and he's got some armor. All right, and then all the other heroes gain another glory. So we're almost out of glory points here. And that will finish that officer off. So now we have to discard down. So everybody has to discard down to one weapon. Oh, poor Klaus here has got a ton of weapons. So I think he's going to lose. Let's see. Question is, which one of these do I keep? No, they're about the same. Yeah. So I'll just go ahead and drop all of those, and then over to Blaskowitz. I'm going to go ahead and drop these three and hold on to the laser quaffs because that's what I've been kind of gearing up for all this time. So that will discard that, and these will all get shuffled back in with the weapon cards. So we're down to just the one officer and the other guy. All right, and then he actually did heal all of his hits and armor when she healed him. So I forgot about that. All right, so that's all shuffled back up. That is the end of his turn, so he removes the fatigue token from his character, which he's pretty much out of the game at this point anyways, because he's going to stay there. Klaus will move back to the other objective point, and we just have the last room there that these two are going to work on. So this is round 11. And the alarm's triggered at this point, so the hazard tracker is useless. So I'll go ahead and go with Anya first. She's going to go ahead, and she only has 4 action points this time, so she'll move 1, 2, 3, and open the door for 4. And I should have removed that. Should have placed one there. Not that it matters. All right, that'll take care of her turn. She can go ahead and remove that. Then we're over to Klaus to go. He's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now he's adjacent to his spot. That's all he can do for the moment. Then we're over to Blaskowitz to go. I've only got 3 action points, so 1, 2, and 3. That clears that. And I don't have a noise token in there yet, otherwise the Panzerhound would have responded, because he is not affected by the officer stuff. But that's all right. And then Max is just going to hold out there. There's not much else he can do there. So that will end that round. That's nothing for them. So into round 12. And I'm going to go ahead and go with Blaskowitz first. So 1, 2, 3, and open the door for 4. 5 and 6. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a fatigue token and use my Tesla attack. So I get to remove a target mech unit from the board. No loot is gained. Place a reload token on this card. It cannot be used against a boss. So this card will have the reload, and then I have to spend 8. So there's 3, 6, and 8. So that will take care of the Panzerhound. All right. And that is Blaskowitz's turn, as I have the fatigue token, so there's not much else I can do there. Over to Max. I'm going to hold out for Anya. She's going to move up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then she's going to go ahead and take a shot with the Stug of Air. So 3 dice. And I'm just going to go ahead and go with a regular attack with her and see what we can do here. All right, so 2 hits. So rerolls on the officer and just 1. So he's got 1 armor on him now. All right, so then he's going to take a shot on Blaskowitz, as that's the end of the round. Klaus isn't going to do anything, so onto Blaskowitz. We have just 1 hit that's going to hit his armor. So now he has no armor left. All right, that'll be the end of that. We did generate noise in there. This goes away, that goes away, and it is into round 13, so getting close. We have 2 more rounds to go. All right, so I think I'm going to go with Blaskowitz first. So that'll go away. He only gets 3 action points this turn. I have to reload his weapon. And I'll move up 1 more space to be there. So that'll finish off all that he can do. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that is the end of his turn. Over to Max is going to stay there. Anya's going to go, so she's going to... She's going to go ahead and use the armor piercing ability. That will go straight through to his stuff there. So maybe she'll get a little bit luckier here. All right. So she does get the 1 hit, but it does cause the reload token. That's not good at all. All right. So she won't be able to take another shot this turn, unfortunately. But she does do an HP hit to him, which isn't going to matter because he's going to heal that most likely. And then she's going to go ahead and move 1, 2, 3 so that she is adjacent to that objective token. So technically that might be the game as well, as my heroes need to all be simultaneously adjacent to objective tokens. So that might finish it, but I do want to see if I can finish off that officer. So he's going to go after Blaskowitz. He does 2 hits, so that is going to heal his 1 wound to Blaskowitz. Blaskowitz will take 2. And that will finish off his turn. So we are into round 14. So with Anya, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she does have range. She will have to, so I'll go with her first. I have to spend the action, the 2 points to reload. And then she has to take a fatigue to take a shot. So I'm going to go ahead and spend, I'm going to go ahead and do the 3 ammo to trigger her ability at the bottom here. So when performing an attack with this ability, I get to add 3 attack dice. Armor hits are treated as HP hits. Place a reload token on this card. So might as well go all in on this one. So she's going to get 6 dice on this. And we'll see if she can work on that officer a little bit. All right, so we've only got 3 hits. The reload doesn't count for anything, so then only 1, which goes on to his health as all of them go through. All right, so that will finish off her turn. Klaus is going to have to hold out there, so it's down to Blaskowitz to go. And he's got 6 health, or 6 points to basically chew through, or wait, he's got 2 armor left and 3 health left. So he's got 5 points to chew through. This is going to be, it's going to be a rough go of it. So let's go ahead and start off with his first attack. He's got 5 dice coming at him. Let's see what he can do here. I don't think there's anything, yeah, there's nothing else I can really do at this point. So, yep, let's see what happens. And he got 1 hit on his first, which is a hit on the armor. So that was really bad. And let's try again. And no hits this time with a reload token. So that is that. And then the officer will attack him with 2 more damage. So he heals the 1 and adds 2 more to Blaskowitz, who has 1 hit point left. That is the end of the round. So at this point, like I said, I don't know. The mission isn't very specific as far as if you have to eliminate all the enemies or not. I like to try to with these kind of situations. But according to the staple of the law with the rules with this one, I think that I won this as I was adjacent to all 4 of the points with all of my heroes, and they're all alive. So they were able to live through the 14 rounds as well. So I'm going to call this one a victory. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure. So let me know in the comments down below what you think on this one. Also, let me know if you caught anything, if I did anything wrong or incorrect. I love hearing from you as well. And let me know in the comments if what else you'd like to see around this, if there's anything else that you want to see around this game. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know, hit that thumbs up, and definitely subscribe if you haven't done so already. As like I said, I have other videos coming for this one, especially the teaching video, which is on its way very shortly. So until next time, I'll see you later.